For the love of all that is holy, look out behind you.
Ooh,
Posted to TikTok by Haunting Facts.
Oh, my
This
bad.
TikToker
They
is
want down
dancing in
now?
a parking garage
What
and
is?
doesn't seem to realize that something is watching. And not only watching, it's coming closer. Watch closely as the TikToker performs
see
her
you right
choreography. After moving to the right, a figure is seen creeping up behind
instead of coming
her.
up,
He is
somebody
so
finna get
close
her.
that he could reach out and touch her.
You better
The
run.
figure looks like a man with his back facing the girl. Unaware, she jumps to the left, and the figure is again blocked from view. This man went unseen earlier in the clip. You don't see him
I hope she
approach,
alright,
even
man.
though the
Yeah.
girl starts dancing further back from the camera.
so
Where did this
comfortably
guy
after
come
her.
from?
Man.
Did he just materialize out of thin air? And what does he want? Some TikTokers say he's obviously Batman, while others are having trouble seeing the figure at all. But Sydney's having no trouble. She writes, "Bro, I saw it and it actually gave me a little heart attack. Sounds like Sydney might need a break from the scary videos." Number an escapee from an asylum or a devil ghost caught on camera. Published by Ghost Fighter Live in March of 2022. This figure in white was captured prowling around in the darkness on a dirt path. With long dark hair, the figure's robe is long sleeved and drapes over her hands, which makes her all the creepier for some reason. She disappears and reappears at other points around the yard. Then, a man on a rickshaw carrying two women arrives on site. Upon seeing the figure, the man jumps off the bike and immediately flees, leaving the two passengers to fend for themselves.
That nigga, that man, he just jumped off and just left their ass, man. I probably, man. Like, fuck that. Keep the bike, keep the fare, I'm gone.
The women too run off, but they return for a moment, not wanting to leave whatever's on the cart behind, but unable to lift it, they flee again. As the demon gets closer, she approaches the cart, and as she does, her figure becomes more and more semi-transparent. She lifts the sheet from the object on the cart, which turns out to be a person. The person also becomes semi-transparent and awakens momentarily from the cart. What's going on here? Is this a ghost greeting another ghost? Or is this ghost welcoming these people to the afterlife? A mysterious robed figure, an abandoned home. This clip has me on edge. Published by Kisa Weba in April of 2022 and originally published by YouTuber Hisham Al-Daimak. This video is trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. The footage shows a group of paranormal investigators exploring an abandoned home. As they look toward one room, one of the crew starts shouting. The cameraman turns around and finds this behind him.
Bismillah. And he just, damn. And he just walking.
The robed figure walks slowly away from them, not responding to their repeated calls. It's unclear if this is a paranormal figure who appeared there, a jinn perhaps, or if it's one of their own crew fallen under a trance. Is this a possession or an apparition? Tell me what you think in the comments. On his porch, this young man spots two green eyes peering back at him from the darkness. Published in June of 2020, Jimmy Reynolds lives near the edge of the woods, so it would be safe to assume that any number of woodland creatures are nearby. But what kind of creature is this? He approaches the eyes in the darkness, speaking out to it.
What the hell? See there it is. Hey!
The hell is this? Damn, I got two eyes.
What the You don't see that?
But as he gets closer, it apparently runs off. Jimmy thinks it could be a cat or a dog, but people in the comments are of the opinion that it's something much larger. Some say it's a skinwalker or a crawler. Others say it could be a forest ghoul. Cat Anonymous writes, "It's probably stalking your house for food. Not sure if it eats humans. In any case, this dude better lock his doors." Is believing. Published by Cryptic Media in October of 2007. A man is sharing his experience with the paranormal when the paranormal occurs in plain sight right behind him. The man is explaining to his friend about a time when he felt like he was ambushed in bed. He describes feeling something unseen holding him by the neck while the bottom half of his body was rising.
Yeah, he like you talking about.
Well, what happened?
No, I was just like laying in bed, you know what I'm saying? And dozed off, and when I dozed off, something like got a hold of my neck.
You about to come and
But
show
as
you
he
something.
explains, watch the dark doorway behind him. A ghostly pale figure moves past in a flash. Although you can't make out what the figure is, it appears to be
There's something back
glowing.
there.
Some in the comments think it could have been someone else who lives there passing by the door, but commenter Jennifer Mills Young disagrees. She writes, "Interesting because the spirit appears to have a light source shining on it or is giving off its own in the dark hallway. It is only highlighted in part.
bright and
Is
all
this
that.
the
I don't know
ghost
what it
the
is.
man
You
is
know what I'm saying?
talking
What y'all
about?
think it is?
Or are
You
these
know,
guys
think in the
contending with
comment, let me know what
numerous
y'all think it is.
phantoms?" Nump's 4-part TikTok series is a journey. Posted by Breadcrumb and Beaver's Pit, the TikToker was working her shift when she spotted something creepy between a crack in the ceiling tiles. It looks like an old man's face or a shrunken head.
So I was staring at my ceiling right at work, and then like I see this light right, and I go over here.
In the second video, the TikToker reveals the outside of this building. She says part of the building was a school from the 1920s. She enters the kitchen. The face thing is still exactly where it was last time, seemingly peering through the cracks. She tries to lift the ceiling tile using a broom. At this point, she thinks it's either insulation or a rope.
Here's the legendary area. It's still there. Just chilling. Like a villain.
Next video sees her climbing up a stepladder to investigate. After lifting the tile, you don't really see the face thing, but you do see that there's a whole other room up there. In the last video, the mystery is solved. Lifting the ceiling tile, you can see what the object is. As the OP suggested earlier, a rope. What was it used for? The OP's theory is an old school bell, although you may think the saga is over. Some in the comments are seeing and hearing new mysteries. One hears
some
something
mystery
crying in
solved,
this
yeah.
last clip,
That's one to
and some
bump.
even claim to see a new person peering down at her.
So she see a new person looking at her now?
I am not personally seeing or hearing any of that, so we'll just stick with the rope. Mystery solved. So there's a stately home in England, built in the 16th century. It serves as the seat of the Marquess of Bath, and apparently of a ghost. Published by Steve Hugh in March of 2013, this scary video shows the ghost in action. As the lights flicker overhead in a hallway, a shadow figure descends the staircase. You can see the floor. There are clanking noises throughout the entire video and footsteps.
Why the
They
hell
seem to
shadow
be
when it's
coming
coming
closer and
downstairs,
closer
though?
to the cameraman, while the shadow moves further and further away. When the shadow figure disappears at the end of the hallway, the lights start flickering there as well. Is this genuinely paranormal? While many in the
I don't
comments
know.
say this is compelling and looks legit, others say that this video is
Because
either
it didn't
edited
have no-
or that it could be a hologram effect at
Yeah, it
Longley
didn't have a shadow
Castle
when
to
it's
freak
coming
out
downstairs.
guests who visit. What do you think is really going on here?
What?
TikToker has documented her neighbor harassing her for months. The following clips are evidence of the terrifying stalking,
creepy ass
posted to
dude.
TikTok by Maddie Panic. Maddie writes that she lives alone, and she's reported this neighbor several times. In the first video, you can see her neighbor through her peephole, waiting outside
Man,
her
his
apartment
ass rested.
door. The video shows a man wearing a hooded
let my dog out on
sweatshirt,
his
getting
head
very
every time
close
I
to
see
the
him out
door
there.
as though he's listening in. The man's mouth is moving, but what he's saying is inaudible.
Dog ain't gonna take
He
no
quietly
bite.
knocks on the door. After no one answers, the man backs
bark
up and
at your
waits
ass.
there.
He gonna
Later,
bark at you.
Maddie captures what we can assume is the same man trying her doorknob. You can see the knob shaking, but the door is locked. Maddie looks out the peephole again, and you can only see the top of the man's head, like he's down low, trying to hide from view, or maybe even trying to use tools to get in. You can vaguely hear him say he knows that she's here.
So I hope you packed them later because that man determined to get in your crib. Now I be waiting
Well,
on
this
the
video
food,
is scary enough. A second video turns our
Police
fear
ain't
up a
did nothing,
notch.
landlord
The
ain't
man
did
apparently
nothing. You
lives
gotta do
next
what you
door
gotta
to
do.
Maddie, and he tried to smash a hole right through her wall. She
Damn.
captures the damage on video and reassures viewers that cops are on the way. Maddie turned this TikTok account into pure documentation of this stalker's
This dude trying to
behavior.
come
Her
through the
latest
wall.
video shows she is safe and now in a new apartment. Maddie's advice to other individuals who find themselves in a similar
That dude
situation is to document everything and protect themselves. This was truly one creepy neighbor. In March of 2019, the sky opened up over the
Whoa, what
city
the hell is
of Al
that?
Ain in the UAE, scaring everyone within a 10-mile radius. Posted by Mr. Potek in
Damn,
November
there's
of
a UFO, y'all?
2019. This footage was
fuck is that?
originally posted to Twitter by Ibrahim Al Jarwan, reported to be an astronomer and meteorologist by the Daily Mail. The footage of the strange whirlpool in the sky was captured while driving. The video went
That's
viral,
a real
as
pool.
many were left mystified about what it could be. Are we really looking at a portal to another world? If so, what world are we entering? I just wish we had more footage of this event. Man was checking his home CCTV at night. He captured something he didn't expect. Published by Scary Desk in November of 2021. The scary video shows the man setting up his camera and checking that it's angled well in his yard. But as he's doing so, look behind him. A creepy face peeks out from behind a bush in the background.
Like a little
It remains in
Spider-Man mask
view
or
even
something.
as a car passes by behind it.
Y'all see that? That's crazy. And he right there, he don't even see it.
The face then slowly disappears back behind the bush. A closer look shows the creature's bizarre features. While it looked human from far away,
Oh,
it
Lord.
doesn't exactly look that way close up. Is this
like
being
a-
wearing a mask? And why is it hiding? Whatever is going on
Amazon
here, it
creature or
seems this
something.
man set
With
up
a
his
blend in
security
with the
cameras
trees,
just
like
in
a tree
time. In the closet of this hotel. Posted by Horror Talk, this TikToker appears to be filming your standard hotel lockbox on a top shelf of the closet, only this one's not so standard. The lockbox keeps beeping and flashing sixes, the sign of the devil, after which it repeatedly shows an error.
I tell them time, I need another box. That's gonna be up at my room.
The girl is far away from the lockbox, and no one else is in the room. She says she just got back from the hotel bar and was reading a scary book when this started happening. Some think the 6 key was just pressed too many times and is malfunctioning.
Shoot.
Others think the ghost is just trying to get his valuables. But what I'm wondering is what's in the box? Garbage has eyes. Posted to the Paranormal Evidence subreddit. See Holly Molly writes, first noticed the eyes about 2 years ago, the ones next to the hose reel.
2
She
years
says this
ago?
is a black
Still?
plastic bag with sand in it, with no tape or reflective stickers attached. The security footage shows the garbage bag and its eyes. At some points throughout the clip, it even looks as though the eyes are blinking. The Redditor says the eyes appeared nearly a week after the bag was placed there. Some
That bag
Redditors in
still
the
been there?
comments say it's pareidolia, while others think it's a residual artifact from the camera. Are we seeing a face that is not
No.
there? Or is this a real-life Oscar the Grouch? Infrared camera was directed toward a stairway in a haunted home. This is what it captured, published by Electrica Man in October of 2006. The cameraman casts the shot toward the top of the stairs, appealing to the ghost to talk to them. While the spirit doesn't make a peep, you can see a child-sized apparition move out of view at the top of the stairs.
Okay, everybody. Hold still for a second.
You have to look closely as the semi-transparent figure vanishes quietly from the landing into the adjacent hallway. Is this ghost camera shy? Chris Halton of Haunted Earth TV shares in the
Gotta think about
comments,
that.
as an investigator, I have noticed a connection between IR light and spirits. They do react against the infrared light.
listen,
He adds that this
what is-
footage is the most compelling he's seen. What do you think? It seems to me that some very mysterious stuff is going on in this home. I guess you didn't read the title.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna leave it right there.